Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about 3 times I almost died snowboarding. And I moved out to British Columbia, Canada when I was about 21 years old. And I lived there till I was 37. And I lived and worked at ski resorts, which were some of the most like rugged terrain ski resorts with backcountry, such as Panorama Ski Resort, Big White, as well Whistler, there's a lot of crazy backcountry terrain, which is really accessible from chairlifts, so you can take a chairlift up and really hit some crazy ass shit. And I got pretty good at snowboarding. Like a lot of my friends were, I had friends who were in the Olympics. One of my good friends, Craig, he was in the Olympics for half pipe snowboarder, so freestyle. But regardless, he was also good in backcountry, and I had a lot of friends who were very extreme sports guys, and they're very good. And we would all go out together and hit backcountry shit, and got in a few dicey situations to say the least. So, the first one I'll talk about was when I fell into a tree well. Well, what is a tree well? So especially when there's a large dump of snow, under the tree, there's a well, which is like a pit that goes down to like the trunk of the tree goes down to the ground, and there's like a funnel that goes down there. Okay, well, the worst thing you can fucking do, and it's just like I snowboard past them all the time. You know what I mean? Just cruising through trees, through glades and things. The worst thing that can happen, especially on a snowboard, because you're locked into a snowboard, is you fall head first into one of those fucking things. And I did. I fell into them a few times, but there was one in particular that was very bad. Because it's just like, I would liken it to like quicksand, okay? Except you're face first into it. So I fall face first into the thing, and you have to get out of it, right? And being like your feet up, especially on a snowboard, you're locked in, you're struggling in things, you're trying to get up. And in the process of that, that tree well is caving in on you. And that's exactly what happened to me. This tree well caved in on me. Meanwhile, your friends who you're with, we should try to stay tight with because of situations like this. I didn't know where the fuck they were. I didn't know they could have been down the hill already, right? Well, I'm struggling, and the thing just fucking, because there was a big dump and it's loose snow, just went closed in on me. I'm face first. It's like not quite suffocating, but it's at a point where I'm buried, and just my feet popping out with my board popping out, like just totally covered in snow. So, like, if they didn't ever, if they, like, if somebody's not gonna find you really easy, especially this terrain, which is a very vast open terrain, and they don't find you, man, you could be like that, and night would set, and you're gonna fucking die. Luckily, there was somebody behind me who was cruising down behind me, saw it happen, and stayed there and dug me the fuck out. Because if he never did that, I would have been dead, I think. There would be an impossible, just the weight of the snow and everything on top of me, upside down, face first into the tree well. And then if nobody found me, especially where we were in not on a normal run, not on a normal ski run. Okay, again, we did crazy backcountry shit. So luckily he found me. He saved my life and dug me out. And even that was a fucking hardcore thing to do, but that's one. That's my first time. Okay. Second time was this is at Panorama Mountain Resort in British Columbia, and I was by myself, and I was going a bit of backcountry, and I got into an area I was unfamiliar with, but I was going down. It looked fine, but it got to the point where it was like a funnel. It was what do you call it? A couloir, COULOIR, which was a funnel chute So once you get in, it's like on both sides are rocks, okay? And down the middle is the only way you can go. Once you're committed to it, like you can't get back up, especially the fact that it was fucking icy as a motherfucker, like pure ice. And my board was not sharp at all. I had no like sharpness to get like dig myself in at all. So I had two options. Like once I reached a point where I was like, oh shit, I'm in this couloir and I can't get out. I'm like, I can go back up, but then I would have to take my board off and walk up on ice on snowboard boots. I would fucking die doing that because you're just gonna get funneled down. You're not gonna be able to dig in with snowboard boots. So I had to commit to this fucking thing. This thing was steep as hell, and it went down like a cliff. It was like fucking like that down. Okay. So I had to just commit to it. Straight down. If I would have taken a tumble, I would have done something that was like called a tomahawk, where I would just be ding 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 down an icy fucking cliff face, couloir. I would have fucking died. There was no way to stop me. I would be at the very least seriously hurt. But you know what I did? I just kind of turned my board to like a 45-degree angle, so I had slight edge, and just committed to it. I went fucking down this. I was going Mach speed down this thing. So lucky, because once you're locked into this couloir, there's no way out. You can't go back up. There's only one way down, and it's down. There's only one way, and it's down. And that was steep and scary as fuck. I almost died that time. The third time is the avalanche I got in. And this was in Whistler, British Columbia, and it was after a very large snowfall. And it was just me and one of my friends. And we decided to hike out to this area and do this another couloir drop. So in between two rock faces, we're dropping down into this thing, and it hadn't been blasted out yet. We blasted out being dynamite, which they normally do. It was just like we were the first ones to hit it. But it was like we were there being like, oh, we're gonna have the best, sickest lines ever right now. We're gonna drop this, and it's gonna be amazing. Well, we dropped it, and all of a sudden, I don't know if you've seen videos, some things like this. The snow all around me just started cracking, crack, 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 crack. And all of a sudden, I was in this big slab that was moving of snow down this couloir. So I had to cut right real quick. It's the only option. Luckily I did, because the whole fucking chute went like big pile of snow. If I would have got caught in that, like cut right, being like, okay, I could have gone down, I would have got caught in the snow drift. So I cut right to the side right away, and then the whole snow thing went that way, just right by me, like right beside me. If I would have got caught in that, it would have buried me and been so hard compact that I never had a beacon on me. That's normally what you should have in this type of situation. Where we were, again, we weren't even anywhere close to like where ski patrol was or anything. We're in backcountry. If I got buried in that, I was only with one other person. I didn't have a beacon where they could have found me. I would have been dead within minutes because I was suffocated. Because when the snow, like hard, when you're an avalanche and then it stops, boom, it's just like solid snow. And it's going up your nose and everything, you're suffocated, you're dead within a few minutes. And I actually, in one of the ski resorts I worked at, was a heli-ski place I took photography for, and I shot this German group, which was very freaky. They went out that day and they all died in a avalanche, in a heli-ski avalanche. So it happens frequently. Also had another close friend of mine, actually two in avalanches. Well, one in avalanche, second one, he got injured, and his buddies went down without knowing that he was injured, and he got stuck out there in the middle of fucking nowhere, and they had no way to get back up, or they didn't even realize where he was. Well, he fucking froze to death. They actually found him naked, because clothes, when you have hypothermia, actually cause more cold. So he took his clothes off and tried to hike back to to like where people were, and he died. So it's very serious situation. Like skiing, snowboarding can be very serious. My other friend died in an avalanche. Was a very proficient skier, very good skier. Just bad luck happens, right? So those are my situations, and I've heard of many more, but I can only speak to people I know personally. But go back to the one tree well situation, like such a thing. Like I cruise by tree wells all the time, not even think anything of it. You just fall accidentally into one. Holy shit! It's the simplest little fucking pitfall, literally, where you fall upside down into that, then while you're struggling, shit's falling on top of you. That's the freakiest thing in the world to deal with. I'm telling you, it's a snowboard, like I said before, you're locked into a snowboard upside down. You can't fucking move. You can't fucking do anything. The more you move, the more snow falls on you. Luckily, like I said before, that guy, there was one guy behind me who saw it happen, and he was able to help dig me out. If he wasn't there, if I was at the back of the group, I'd be dead, 100%. And I would have been dead in the avalanche situation if I didn't cut right as hard as I did when I saw that snow's cracking, cut, and then all of a sudden this whole chute was right beside me. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, you gotta be careful out there. Backcountry is very unforgiving. It's very fun. You get the best lines, the freshest lines and the freshest carves and everything, but it's nature in itself. This is the lesson of all this is, as beautiful as nature is and as fun as it is, it can, within a very easily situation, cut your life short really easily. So I'll leave it there, guys. And on that note, on that good note, leave in the comments section what you think. Do you have experience with skiing or snowboarding or anything like that? And thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye.